That takes us to the next question, Mr. President. Or ex-president, or president only president forever. So, President, so what is going forward? All these things you just enumerated, challenges, the backbitings.
Be united, being strong, respect all the guilds and associations, and allow the leaders to work and do what they think is right. Encourage governments to help your platform to create an enabling environment for your various platforms so that you can work. Encourage government to also create an enabling environment for you to thrive. Make sure that as you walk along, you're not bickering like children and foreign investors are watching you, corporate world are watching you. I think that once you can get your act right together as one, it will work. Oh, we're already talking about Mopicom. Now, Mopicom has been there even before I became president. The Mopicom bill has just been there. Nothing has happened with the Mopicom bill. Even till date, nothing has happened with the Mopicom bill. And so, what I get to find out
is the government of professional schools.
Professionals go right. Some professionals don't even want the Mopicom bill to work. They will come out and tell you, oh, it's this, is that, we like it. But from behind, they go and meet the administrators and the power brokers and tell you, hey. No, if you do this for selfish interest, for selfish reasons. So if you can get the Mopicom bill running, if you can get this Mopicom bill has been going on even in the days of former President Obasanjo, through Jonathan, now to President Muhammad Buhari. So you find it, if the industry are really honest, if practitioners are really honest with themselves, they work towards making sure that Mopicom bill works. And once you have the Mopicom, you have APCON. Why are the advertisers not worrying and killing themselves? The sky is big enough for all birds to fly.
They're structured.
That's the point. Structure, discipline. Structure, discipline.
You remember too?
Yeah. Structure, discipline, and then implementation. But we don't have that.
President, let me take you on other national issues. Now let's leave agenda. You just mentioned that President Muhammad Buhari. Let's talk about his government. How rate his government?
How I rate government? It's not my place to rate the government. I will not. I totally, vehemently refuse to rate any government whatsoever. I'm sorry to say, but I don't drag myself. I told you earlier on about the murky waters of politics. I don't want to get myself involved in that. So I'm not going to be rating anybody. I don't. Let's take it the way we're saying.
So should leave a word on this?
Let's leave it out. Let's leave it out.
I have a question of Nigeria.
Am I?
Having question of Nigeria.
Are you happy with it?
I'm asking you a question.
I'm asking you too. Are you happy?
I'm in Nigeria. I'm traveling here.
I'm in Nigeria. I'm here too. So let's go through it.
Okay, you know what I was like, Mr. President, I'm Mr. Segun Arinze. I like to call President because I sound like your media advisors.
Yes, that's true.
Yes. You've been there for over 30 years. Most of your controversies have fallen by the roadside. You're there, they keep growing stronger, the brand keeps expanding. What has kept you going? What's the secret of your staying power?
Grace.
Grace. No extra work.
Grace.
Looking back, are you fulfilled in Nollywood today or entertainment industry today? Looking back from how you started and where you are today?
I'm fulfilled, very fulfilled. Fulfilled in the sense that I look back at both music and movie and all that. I was watching Coming to America, even if it was short-lived, but seeing that video gave me so much joy. And seeing that video at the tail end of Coming to America performing, it gave me so much joy. And then Burna Boy and Whiskey now added the icing cake to it. Oh my goodness. I was ecstatic. I was screaming on top of my head. Now that tells you that this country has the potential to get to the very height of it. All we need to do is keep at it, keep working. And I'm sure that as Burna Boy and Whiskey have done that, other Grammy winners are going to come. And don't watch it. Oscar is also coming here one of these days.
It's going to come from you? This was one of the lessons that
I don't know if it will come from me. I don't know whether it will come from me. I can't say whether it will come from me.
What's going to come?
If I get the Oscar one day, who am I to say no? If RMD gets it, who are we to say no? We'll celebrate it. If Amotola gets it or Genevieve gets it, we'll celebrate. Listen, it's the Nigerian spirit that counts. Because once you do that, you've opened doors for all our people to come. Now, give me before you ask your next question. When we started out in Nollywood, were seen as miscreants, rascals, and all that, never given that opportunity. Now, if there was a role to be cast, and you had 4 people, they had the option of casting 4 people for a particular role, then, or let's say 5, 6, now, there's a role to be cast. You have over 1,000 persons to pick from. That tells you that the industry has grown. I won't say more than that. Let's not even begin to talk about the technicals or the script writing and all that, but I've just used that as an example. That in our time, 5, 6 people were to be cast for a particular role. The options were there for 5 people or 6 people for one role. Now, about 1,000 options for one particular role. What does that tell you?
So Segun tells me that there is a stiff competition.
Exactly.
And with that situation, are you guys somehow including old school staff? You guys sometimes somehow feel threatened with the measures of new blocks.
Why would you feel threatened? It would be stupid and foolhardy for you to be threatened because new lights are coming on. You transcend. The footballer plays. He gets to 35, highest he gets to 40, 42. He transcends, becomes a coach. He starts shopping for new players to encourage. He transcends from being a coach to become an administrator. He transcends from being an administrator, probably finds himself in
So how does an actor transcend to?
He said,
how does an actor transcend?
An actor transcends, he gets, there are certain roles he might not be suited for. You become papa, mama, uncle, president, governor.
Okay.
From there, you become an acting coach, you start to mentor young ones. From there, you start your own production company, you want to direct your own movies, you want to do anything. So, say life is cyclical. It is cyclical. So the minute you understand that life is cyclical and that fruits will always ripen and drop from the tree. And new ones will come. Now, to give you an example, you're on a tree branch, there's a tree branch. That's how the industry is. There's a tree branch. And all the birds come and perch. Certainly one will perch on the edge. Right? After a while, it won't stay that long. As soon as that bird flies off, what happens? Another bird comes and takes that position. Sure. So if I be looking over that bird when he hovers around and sees that he cannot come back and perch on that branch again, what does he do? He goes to take the other branch, waiting for this guy to go. And if the guy is gone, he's fast enough to realize that this guy is left, he goes back there. That's life. It's cyclical.
Good. Mr. Segun, let's talk about your life as a musician. You had an album, massive singles. So
I had 2 albums.
Two albums. But the most popular was One Yinga, Dreams, Abi.
Dreams, yes.
And that was like in 92 or thereabout.
Yes.
From the music wise after that album.
I didn't feel encouraged to do it. I had a raw deal by recording label, and
you had a what?
I had a raw deal by recording. It was actually Zubi and Nebili and I that would have had the.
I thought it was Premier Record.
It was Premier Music, but we had the saw end of the stick. We got the really back end of the stick. And
that means your fans would have from making as a musician.
My son is singing. My daughters are singing. So.
Oh, how about you? Won't sing again?
If I find the time.
But it's not in the nearest picture. It's not
You're pushing too hard. I'm about to say pushing too hard. When the time, if I feel.
But the last of your song was 1992. Ever then, after that?
No, you forgot that in 2006, 2007, I did that in the movie with OJ's music. Have you forgotten?
Okay. But that wasn't as big as Dreams. Why did that?
Well. The new stars are doing their best with music, so let them enjoy it. I'll move on to other things.
Mr. Segun, I'm winding down. Let's talk about your life in Nollywood. Please. This is, of course, this is my first time having you on video. How did you come to Nollywood, Mr. Segun? Please. Talk to us.
I came in from Nollywood from when I was way back in school, Victory College of Commerce in EDD, Kwara.
Which year was this, please? Because this is history we're talking about. This is history.
We're talking about 1980, 81, 82, 23.
There was Nollywood then. That was active then.
There was nothing like Nollywood.
You said what, 1981, please?
I was between 1980 to 1988.
In Lagos, yeah?
No, in Kwara
College.
State. Kwara State.
Okay. You're from Kwara State?
Yes, Kwara. I'm not from Kwara State, but I
was just from Kwara State. I know I'm from Malawi here now.
Yeah, I met a friend. He's late now. So we started something called the Palm Players. And in those days, he was also doing some things with the Kwara State Council Arts Coach. So I used to go visit, watching, do things. And then Oloba Femi did one of Zulu Sofala's plays and put me on stage, and I found it interesting. Then I started appearing on NTA, on Youth Scene with Abdul Drodola. He was producing then, and Joe Lupidi.
This is 1981, 82.
I'm saying between 1980 to 83. So when I was done with secondary school, my dad was going to relocate to.
Your dad was in Kwara then?
Yes, my dad was very nomadic. He liked traveling.
Was he a first person?
No, it was just a contract person, but he liked moving. So, and then when he goes with his wife. So we call him the snail and the chow. So we'd gone to the north, we'd gone through everywhere, and it was time to come back to Lagos. So we got back to Lagos, and then I decided I wanted to take it up from there. And so I came to join the Lancer Playhouse at the National Theatre.
Lagos.
Yes.
Which year was this? Remember the year?
The year 1984, because I was the year of the Olympics, the Los Angeles Olympics. And so joined the Lancer Playhouse, and Basi Effiong, who relates to, was not trained to train me and all that. And then I saw Dr. Bayo Dunaya, who saw me perform in the Married Vanessa playing storyteller, and he said, oh, hey, we're not going to waste this. And that's how he ensured I went to Unifair. Then it was called Unifair. It was after Awolowo died, and they named it Awolowo University. So I went to get trained as an actor at the Dramatic Arts Department, Chuck Mike, Benme, Hedridi, Uda Kamalafe, Kemi Laurie, and a lot of people who worked in building this. And I wasn't the only one, but a lot of us were in school and learning dramatic arts, studying dramatic arts. And when I came out, I knew that was what I was going to do.
I remember that's in Nollywood today. Most persons are.
Oh yeah, Yamisholade is there. Yamisholade is big now.
Who again?
Who again? Quite a number of them. Quite a number. I don't even know.
Sholade was there with you.
Sholade, you know Taiwa Lee. You have heard of Taiwa Lee? They call him Ishu.
Maybe.
Yeah. Quite a number of people. Pauline Nubodaga, but she's in Ray Power now. In Abuja. So quite a number of people. Nija and Koni. A lot of people were all there, and we just, well, the rest is history.
So talking about Nollywood, can you remember your first Nollywood movie?
My first Nollywood movie was, it was drama. It was called The Fault Is Not in Our Stars, written by Basi Effiong.
The what?
The Fault Is Not in Our Stars. It was a TV thing, and then after that, Tadio Gido picked me up to do Boys Next Door.
Oh, that was the movie.
Yeah, that was the movie.
So that's your first movie.
I wish that one. The other one was drama, but the first movie was
Boys Next Door.
The Boys Next Door with Tadio Gido.
Which year was this, please? Can you tell us? I'm next for the very first time. Nobody knows this. This was on record.
This was Boys Next Door was 1987, I think. It's 788.
Boys Next Door.
Kepi Ekwengo Basi in Boys Next Door, and and after that, okay. Then before Boys Next Door, I did before Boys Next Door, which was same 88 period, if I remember. I did Vigilante with the Adesina brothers. One of them became the.
With whose brother?
The Adesina brothers. And one of them, he produced, and his brother Deji.
Okay.
Afolabi produced, and
Vigilante.
Deji directed Vigilante.
A movie too.
A full movie. Arabi was in it as well. About 88 years around that time.
Well, let's come down to Nollywood from Nigeria. That they released Live the Bondage. Which was your first movie that period?
My first movie that I did then.
I can't remember.
I can't really remember. I know I did some small. Okay, I was in Ripples, and then we did Fortunes, and then we now went on to do Fortunes as a movie, which we called
I remember.
What did they call it? And that was where Chico now said, hey, I have a script. Do you want to shave your hair? You might? I said no. Till then, I left the hair like that.
Wow. So talking about movies, that means you must have studied over 500 movies.
I wouldn't know. Some titles I don't even know.
You can't remember some titles?
I can't remember some titles.
But among your
some saw daylight, some never saw daylight.
But among your movies, can you pick like 5 that you say? I can't say one now based on how voluminous they are. Can you pick like 5 that say they really stand out as your best works?
That would be an injustice to the producers and directors, so I won't do that.
You won't do that? No, have them. I
have them. I do have them. But it would be a big injustice for me to start mentioning things, because I respect every producer, every director who's had the time to get money, fund the movie and shoot the movie. So I will not go rubbishing anybody.
Mr. Shego, some of us believe in reincarnation, some don't believe in it yourself. But let's assume we believe in it back. We're talking now. If you have to come back your next world, you just want to come back as a theater.
Nothing changes. I just come back the same way I left.
Segun Arinze. So before I take my last question,
and Nigeria will be a bigger country and better country by then.
I said countries are bigger and better now.
No, we're bigger and better, but the reverse will be like the United States, and the United States will be like Nigeria.
Before I take my last question, is there anything you want to tell me about us, you, anything?
Nothing to tell.
Thank you so much for coming to talk to us at their life.
Welcome.
Pleasure having you in the house. Thank you so much. Oswald Martins, sign out.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air.